I was watching that and just shocked still. That was my career, you know, just seeing it in my head. To actually see all that. It still excites me. You know, sports still excites me, so that's really one of the best things.
There's nothing wrong with looking back at that with a bit of satisfaction. Colin, one of the striking things about you was your longevity. You know, 1986 in Stuttgart, wasn't it? We were in the British team, and you were winning medals. You won the European Championships in 2002. Now, unless my maths is out, that's a 16-year span. I mean, that is incredible. To avoid the injuries and the pitfalls of most people's careers is a massive feather in your cap anyway. If you've just been a journeyman international athlete, finishing third, fourth, fifth in championships, like some people not sitting too far from you, but you're a great champion for years and years and years. How did you manage that?
Well, one of the things, let's be honest, you can never go through a career, as you just mentioned, without getting injuries. You know, I think the key thing for me is being able to manage those injuries well. So getting a good team of people around you that were also very wary of when you were getting tired, or if you were getting a little bit fatigued, or if you'd over-race, really when to rein you in. So that was really important, that I had a lot of people around who had those skills. And I think they were very protective of me to make sure that I developed, and then I maintained my position of being one of the world's best high hurdlers of all time.
Now, we've jumped into this rather quickly. We've only got about 20 minutes, so we're going to rattle through stuff. There's so much about you, Colin, that I want to hear, as I know everybody else does. But have you been to India before?
Once before.
2010 was that?
No, I came here working, because you know I'm the international sport director of Wings for Life World Run, of course. So I came over here with Wings for Life and Red Bull to have a look around. And it was just an incredible journey for me in 2018. And so I was in New Delhi then, and that was just incredible. So to come here to Kolkata is just like unbelievable.
First impressions?
I loved it. I love the busyness, I love the vibe. Each city has its own little energy, you know, and as an international athlete, you travel the world, you feel the energy from all over. And so to come here, to feel the buzz was just super cool. I love it.
They say New York's the city that never sleeps. India really never sleeps. I mean, I flew yesterday morning, I was at Delhi airport at 3 a.m. to get my connecting flight from London, and there were thousands of people in the terminal. I could not believe it, so you have to adjust.
You do, you're right. And it's funny enough, because lots of things here reminded me a little bit of New York, you know, a lot of the tooting of the horns. If you go into New York, and you always hear that through downtown. So that is exciting and excites me itself. But I've just come back from the Victoria Memorial now, and what an incredible building, and it was busy there as well, so it's great to see lots of activity happening. So I am really looking forward to Sunday, really, to see what that brings, the same energy, what it's going to tell me.
Colin, you know, behind every athlete's career there's usually a team of people, as you alluded just now, but Malcolm Arnold was a coach for you for most of your career. Do you think that was key? Do you think you could have achieved it without Malcolm?
No, he was a very special man. I mean, his coaching really started in Uganda, and he coached one of the best 400 meter hurdlers, John Akibua. And Malcolm was only 28 when he took John Aki to his Olympic gold medal in 400 meter hurdles and the world record, because John Akibua was the first person to go under 48 seconds, so he was a trailblazer. And I was lucky enough that that particular man ended up in Wales, literally 40 minutes from my home, and ended up being my coach. So you know how sometimes fortune falls into your lap. You know, it was no effort from me. All I literally had to do was just joyfully turn up for a track, and there was this experienced coach who'd achieved so much. And then once that relationship you have with a coach, and they get to know you, they get to know your family a little better, then you get much closer. And I used to call Malcolm really like he's my second father, because to be honest, he spent more time with me than my father, because of course I was training all the time, so I was with my coach all the time. And it was just a wonderful relationship that started from the age of 15 until I retired at 36.
But athletics' luck was your bad luck when you were...
To my mother. To this day I still tell her, I always remind her, all the good things are down to me, all the bad things are there, right? That's where it all comes from. So, no, I think I was always really lucky that they were enthusiastic about sport, but not pushy. You know the difference when I say if parents are a little bit pushy in that sense. So they were always great fans of all sports. So I felt I kind of got ignited in sport courtesy of them. And I'm going to take you all back on a little bit of a memory history here now, because I can remember watching the 1976 Olympic Games, right, in Montreal. And there was John Quarry sprinting, of course, from Jamaica, one of the favourites to take the gold medal in the 100 metres. And my mum and dad, both Jamaican, and they were in front of the TV screen, right, screaming. But you could feel the energy in the room as they were watching this 100 metres. And the gun went, Don had an awful start, ended up taking the silver medal. And the disappointment on my parents' face was literally like he was their own. And I remember then thinking, wow, I would love to be able to do something to make them respond in a way, just a similar way. I don't want it to be a negative one, but just to feel the energy, to know that it's happening. And as luck had it, it was the same sport. And apparently, of course I never knew, but apparently when I was racing, they were quite anxious and nervous, the same way they were with Don Quarry back in the day.
I bet they were. Don Quarry went on to get the 200 gold.
He won the 200 metre gold medal, so that was all right. But we wanted the double, man. We're greedy.
So
exciting here. I mean, when I see everybody and hear the conversations and see how the event is sold out already, it just excites me so much. 17,500 people is a lot of people that are going to be running on the road, so it's going to be fantastic to see that.
What about Kolkata? How are you enjoying it?
So far it's been so good. Let me look at my watch now. I've been here now 14 hours, so it's been a good whirlwind 14 hours. I'm looking forward to having some of those sweets later.
Yeah.
So what is any knowledge of Indian sports?
Sorry?
Any knowledge about Indian sports? Any athlete you know?
Well, of course, I know Chopra, of course, for the great javelin thrower, and I've seen some of the successes we had in the Asian Games, actually setting a couple of records, 3,000 meters, etc.
So what will be your last message? So what will be your last message to the participants of the Tata Steel TSK? What is your last message?
My last message to everybody competing is please come down and have fun. That is the first starting point for everybody. If you want to be competitive, that's great too, but fun is always the most important thing. Enjoy it, because it's a rare occasion.
What's your message to Bengal running community?
Oh, do you know, one of the most important things again is let's enjoy everything that's happening around you, because we're all here on borrowed time, so make it a good time.
And any message to budding sports persons?
The most important thing again is to work hard in what you're doing and love what you're doing, because if you love it, it will allow you to work hard at it, and if you work hard at it, you get good at it.
You know about PT Usha, she stood fourth in Los Angeles Olympics in 400 meter hurdles. Have you heard about her? And had she had a dip like you, she could have got the bronze.
Yeah, what did she run? 55.3, I think, something like this?
You know PT Usha?
Yeah, I think something like your time was, I think, was 55.3. So yeah, I mean, again, it's one of the events, 400 hurdles events that you can really commit yourself to, and you can learn so much, because there's so many parts of that event that you can improve on. And if you can improve on it in this world, they literally, the world joys in everyone. So yeah, lots of to do. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.